What up, guys? I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I just had to do this. I had to do this because what I saw was so epic. So, watched it earlier. The outcome of Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 2, where Conor McGregor got knocked out, not TKO'd, knocked out. I don't care what that UFC record's gonna say. Conor got knocked out. He was like this on the ground. How do you say that's a TKO? If he was like this in any form of defense, but not defending intelligently, yes, that's a TKO. That was a knockout, a flat, clean knockout. Conor McGregor got knocked out. Conor McGregor has been finished in the UFC before, but he was choked. That time he was knocked out. There was no T next to that knockout. That is just a flat knockout. And I want to address what I saw personally. The obvious things that Dustin did right to get this fight, the outcome he wanted out of this fight. If you guys also want to mention what you saw, please comment down below. So, right out the gate, there were several important things. One thing I mentioned in a video I made earlier, it should have been like last year when I made this video about the possibility, the factors that would play out in this fight, is that Dustin Poirier, as opposed to the first fight, was more calm moving backwards. It's very clear that his team, Dustin Poirier's team at American Top Team, made him aware that, listen, my man, it's okay to move backwards sometimes. Don't freak out every time you move backwards. Use that as a chance, because even in that video I made last year, I forever maintained the statement that Dustin Poirier's fight against Justin Gaethje was the best example of Dustin Poirier at his finest. Not over aggressive, still able to defend smartly, and still able to have good output and keep composed until the right moment. And this was another good example of it, because Poirier was moving back. He was moving back at times. He was keeping defensively minded with that usual stance he takes, which is basically like a modified Philly shell. But yeah, it was just good. It was just good like that. The other thing which was very critical, and Dustin Poirier acknowledged it himself, was that Poirier was being tactful. One of the biggest knocks on Dustin Poirier's style is when he gets excited, and I've mentioned this before as well. In the video I made last year as well for Dustin Poirier versus Tony Ferguson, is that when Dustin Poirier gets excited, he goes nuts. He starts throwing all over the place trying to fit you out. And if you can survive that onslaught, he gets tired. He does. So it was very clear that he was making sure that at all times he keeps himself calm. Makes sure that no, I'm not going to get into a brawl. I'm just going to make sure that at all times I pick my shot. If I don't see it, I throw, and everything. The other thing that was very critical in this fight, and everyone mentioned this, everyone talked about it, was Dustin Poirier's ability to take a shot here was a lot better than it was at featherweight where they first fought. But it was obvious that Dustin was trying to create situations where he wasn't trying to get hit needlessly, because Poirier does do that. I mentioned that as well, that Poirier, when he gets excited, does tend to get hit needlessly, but he was making sure, have to get hit, has to be worth it. But he took shots a lot better. And Conor is always used to that scenario where he hits you, you're terrified, and you back away. Like I said, Poirier was backing away, but there was composure in the way he was doing. He wasn't backing away hastily. There was composure in what he was doing. So Poirier's ability to take a hit was critical, because at least if he was taking a hit, it gives him confidence to say, okay, I can take this. As long as I make sure I'm not careless, I can take these shots. The other thing, and of course, the critical thing, were leg kicks. Poirier won this fight with leg kicks, guys. Like, wow. Conor's leg was chewed up. And it was very clear it played a factor, because, yikes, that leg just looked horrible. And that was actually kind of cool, because one of the things I said in that video from last year is that the main thing of why Conor succeeds, even though we call him a counterpuncher, one of his main successes is, as a result of his counterpunching, you start fighting on his terms. Poirier was backing up, but he was not fighting Conor on his terms. Poirier was backing up, but still dictating the pace because of the leg kicks. Conor, at some point, realized legs gone. So now Conor's main obsession became defending the leg kicks. Although I will acknowledge something, it was very clear that Poirier was a bit shy with the hands. It was very clear that he was so worried about getting hit for a while that he wasn't throwing as much. He was making sure, and even his leg kicks seemed rushed. It's very clear that because he had to make sure he contained himself, that he didn't go crazy, he had to make sure leg kicks. So he was a bit shy with his punches for a little bit, but focusing so heavily on the leg kicks. But then when he realized that I'm good, now I can start throwing the hands, he went nuts, and that was really incredible. It was really awesome to see. Guys, hit me up in the comment section, let me know what you saw. This is just my honest opinion for what I saw personally. I'm probably going to watch this fight like 15 times to give you a comment. This is like my initial reaction. Like, I watched the fight like 15 minutes ago. I've watched it twice. That's what I saw. Yes, I know I'm late, but I wasn't gonna wake up early in the morning to watch this fight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I work Monday to Friday, so any chance I get to sleep, I gotta take it. So guys, this is and of course, how could I even forget this? This is the first video I'm making of 2021. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you're all keeping safe. I hope you're all taking care. COVID is real. Mask up. Stay safe. Sanitize your hands. And guys, it's not a joke. COVID is very real. Keep yourself safe. I'm N64. This was Never Stop Moving Forward. Peace.